Hey guys, free pick time. All right, back with another free play. So today I have a baseball play for you guys, and the public is on one side, squares on the other. I'm going to tell you why I think that is. So yesterday, guys, we had a 5-0 lead in the third inning, and we had San Diego first 5 innings. So we really needed 6 more outs. And at that point in time, I did what King Edward I did against the Scottish, and I left the battlefield because my troops were outnumbering them 4-1, and everything looked great, only to find out later from a messenger that we had lost the battle. I thought we had that. I'm sure a lot of people did. And we have been in a situation over the last 7 different plays where we have had 3 bad beats at 90% or worse. Think about that, okay? LA Angels, 90% on the nose. Okay, we're 90% to win that game. Jays knock a 2-run home run. We lost, is what it is. Philadelphia, up 5-0 later in the game, 94% to win. And yesterday's really takes the cake because we were 98% to win. And not only were we 98% to win, there was a 1.4% chance that we were going to tie, leaving only 0.6% chance to lose that game with 6 outs remaining. And we found a way. So it is disappointing. Needless to say, anytime you have a bad beat, it just zaps you, right? And I mean, the opposite is true when you have a good beat and you're down 5-0 and your team has an 8-run inning. Obviously, it's a big uplift and you think, wow, that's great. But in the grand scheme of things, do we really want to be on the other side relying on luck all the time that, we have to get these good beats in order to win games? Or do we look at a situation where in order for us to lose these games, we need to have some atrocious things happen? Now, throughout the course of the season, this is going to happen. Okay, it's happened many, many times throughout this year and every year in Masterclass, except we don't like to see it happen against us and 3 times in 1 week. All right, so we put it behind us, guys. We treat each day as a new day. I've talked about this before in my Masterclass videos and even on here where I talked about at the end of the day, I listen to one of 2 songs. A song when I win and a song when I lose. And the reason I do that is so I can basically reflect on the day and then put it behind me and move on. And that is such an important factor in sports betting that you don't dwell on things. You certainly don't make bad bankroll decisions because you have to get it back. Okay? The have to get it back people are always the people that blow their bankroll up. When the reality is the difference between getting the money back is really just a matter of time. Okay, it's about time and it's about doing the 2 things that we know it takes to win at sports betting. Finding value and practicing bankroll management. I did an entire video where I talked about the have to get it back people and how they stand no chance to ever win at sports betting because eventually, they're going to continue on down the path and their bankroll will be gone. And the next time they'll do it again and again and again until they finally learn their lesson that saying to yourself, I have to get it back now, is never going to do any good for you. The only thing that does good is to put the bad beats behind you. Put whatever is going on in your life behind you and just say, today is a new day. There's an opportunity for me to find value out there and practice bankroll management. And know to yourself, deep down inside, if I do just those 2 things, I will make a lot of money over the long term. And there's been so many people in Masterclass that continue to write me to say how much their sports betting lives have changed. And some people, how much their actual lives have changed because of just these small little adjustments. All right. So it's frustrating when you get bad beats, especially where you're 98% to win. All right. But at the end of the day, you can take 2 roads from here. You can take the road of, well, I got to get it back. We know how that turns out for people, right? Or you could take the road to know that as long as you're finding value and as long as you're practicing bankroll management, none of this matters in the short term because over the long term, we know where we're going to be, right? So again, we look at things like when I just had that 9-game winning streak a couple months ago, and then before that, a 10-game winning streak, right? And during that time, I answer the question. People say, wow, how are you so hot right now? And it's not a matter of being hot. It's a matter of finding value. And when you do that, every once in a while, through the greatness of math and probability, wins just lump themselves together, right? And in the same token, you get in probability, you get the chances where something, an event that'll occur 90% of the time, which should be fairly rare, 1 in 10, right? Or in the case of 98%, to 1 in 50. All right. When you look at that, you can basically say, well, why does it come together? It's just the law of large numbers. You do things long enough and, you're going to see patterns emerge. Okay. It wasn't that I got on fire. It wasn't that I was hot, that I hit 9 games in a row or that I won 10 games in a row for you guys here for free. It was simply a matter of finding value, and these wins lump themselves together. And what destroys sports bettors is just that. Because yes, there's going to be runs where we win 9, 10, 11, 12 probably in a row, okay? But there's also going to be times where, we have a few losses, then you tack on a bad beat, and then, another bad beat, or whatever the case may be. You can come up with a million different scenarios. And this, my friends, is what kills sports bettors, because everyone's a good sports bettor when you're winning, but people can't handle the losses and the sustained losses. And that is the problem for so many people out there. It's why I constantly preach bankroll management and how simple this really is. And us as people, guys, we're the ones that complicate things. Maybe there'll be a future in AI where we can just set it and forget it and say, okay, these are the parameters. This is what I want to do. And it will spit out a little number and say, okay, this is what you're betting today. And that's that, right? And if we took all emotion out of it, a lot of our problems will be solved, would they not? All right, guys. So that is what I'm telling you to do. Be more AI and be less human. Not a good attribute in anything in life except for maybe sports betting. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Forget the emotional side of things. Focus on the long term. All right, guys. Here's what I got today. And if you've skipped forward to this part, welcome back to the video. Houston and Baltimore over 8 minus 115. If you're in Pinnacle in Canada, minus 111. If you live in Canada and you're not on Pinnacle, shame on you. Okay. Unbelievable value out there with reduced juice. Anytime you get reduced juice, it's going to be good value, and they don't limit you. Bravo, Pinnacle, bravo. I have an incredible video coming out for you guys, calling out DraftKings, FanDuel, and and the score. You're not going to believe this video. Stay tuned. So, what kind of sick, depraved moron bets against a guy who's coming off a no-hitter? Right? Me, because I continuously talk about betting ugly, all right, and the importance of doing that in sports. Now, where's the public on this side? Pretty easy to see. 27% of bets on the over, okay? Basically, 3 out of 4 people are betting the under in this game, and why not? Valdez not only pitched a no-hitter last time, but he was magical, completely magical, okay? But there's 59% of money on the over, okay? So despite the fact that only 1 in 4 people are betting on the over, there's 60% of the money. And that, again, is a clear indication of sharp money, all right? Now, again, we know why the public is on the under in this side, okay? And, we've seen what Valdez did last game, which was nothing short of incredible. The hitting conditions, though, tell a completely different story. That is one of a 10% increase in hits, a 7% increase in home runs, and approximately a 12% increase in overall runs. This game, the true line should be a full run higher, guys, and that is value, okay? Is every game going to be an absolute home run, like where we have a massive amount of value? Absolutely not, but we don't need that, because as long as we add these little bits of value together over the long term, it creates a massive amount of value. Okay, now last thing to talk about quickly before we go, guys. A few people asked me about 2-unit play yesterday. How did it do? Because I was excited. It was our biggest play of the year. Okay, not only was it 2-unit, we had multiple other bets on the game. Rained out. Yeah. So anyways, I want you guys always to approach this from a long-term. Think about this in a business standpoint, okay? Try to approach this as a business, guys, and good things will happen to you. BenderWins.com for the full card. I don't know if I mentioned or not, guys. We got a big WNBA play, 2 big MLB plays, and a full card of MLB, and 1 other additional WNBA. BenderWins.com for the full card, guys. Best of luck. We'll see you soon.